welcome back to my channel. For today's makeup look, I did a how to make blue eyes stand out, and I'm going to be doing a series of these, so in the future you're going to see how to make green eyes and brown eyes stand out. But first I started with blue eyes because I have blue eyes, and I hope you guys find this video helpful and informative. I think eyes are really easy to make stand out. You just need to know exactly what colors to use, and that's pretty much it. You can do the makeup however you want if you just know what colors to use. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial, and I hope you guys love the makeup. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and don't forget to leave me comments down below. Tell me what videos you guys want to see next, and I will see you in the video. Bye guys! So if you guys want blue eyes to stand out, the best way to do that is to use really warm tone brown and red eyeshadows. And brown and red eyeshadows are already warm tone, but also use browns that are very warm tone orange and red based, just because those colors are on the opposite of the color wheel. So blue is over here, and the best way to make a color stand out is to use a color that is completely opposite of the color wheel, which over here on this side is orange and red. So those colors are really going to contrast the blue and make the blue really stand out. And some people worry that, wouldn't the orange and the red stand out even more against the blue? Well, when you're talking to someone, you're looking into their eyes, not really what's on top of their eyes. And when you're talking to them, you can't really see, your eyes aren't closed, so it's really going to make the blues in your eyes really stand out when someone's talking to you. So you're really not going to get a ton of attention towards the orange and the red's eyeshadows. If that was the case, then you're probably it's probably getting dragged out too far or anything. But if you want to keep the blue eyes completely stand out, then tone it down with the eyeshadow. Maybe just do those colors, but keep it really small in the crease. Don't do a ton of wing stuff. But that's basically the color scheme you want to use. I did use the same color scheme for my my blush. So for my blush, I did use the warm tone, but for my lips, I did something different. You could create a monochromatic look by doing something really warm on the lips, but I just didn't want my entire face to be just a warm tone of just browns, oranges, and reds. So I wanted to use a lip color that was going to complement the blue eyes instead of making the blue eyes, making my face just kind of look like one color in a way. So that's why I went with a baby pink, because the baby pink isn't going to make your lips stand out and compete against the blue eyes, but it's going to complement them. And baby pink, I think, looks really nice on so many different skin tones. So that's what I did for my lips, and I think the makeup looks really nice. It definitely makes my blue eyes stand out a lot in photos and in person. So again, I hope you guys find this little side note helpful, and let's get on to the video. So I already did my base and my eyebrows, so we're just going to be doing the eyeshadow, lips, and cheeks, just because I want to show you guys exact colors that you want to use on your face and your lips and your eyes that are going to help bring out the blue eyes. To start off the eyeshadow, I'm going to be using this shade right here, and this is Creme Brûlée by Makeup Geek, and I'm going to be applying that with the MAC 224 blending brush, and I'm going to apply that in my crease, and this shade is going to be our transition shade. So I am going to be blending it more upwards towards the brow. Okay, so I zoomed you guys in a little bit closer so you can see a bit better what I'm doing. And so the next shade I'm going to be using is by Urban Decay, and it is the shade Beware. I'm going to be applying that with the Real Techniques 203 blending brush. Then I'm going to be blending that directly into my crease, making sure that I don't get it on the lid. Now you can definitely keep the look as it is right now if you want it to be a very natural everyday look, but if you want to darken it up, you totally could, and I'm going to darken it up a little bit. And the next color I'm going to use is by, I believe this is by Makeup Disignory, and this is in the shade Sedona. And to apply that color, I'm using my Chanel No. 19 eyeshadow blender brush. It's like a extra large pencil brush, and I'm just going to be placing that on the outer corner and blending that a little bit into the crease. Going back with the MAC 224 blending brush, I'm going to blend that Sedona color inward and then also blend it where I put it in the crease. Now this eyeshadow I'm going to use all over my lid is honestly what's going to make the blue eyes stand out the most. You can use this shade alone and it's still going to make those blue eyes pop so well. And this shade is by MAC and it's called Woodwinked. And what's so cool about this eyeshadow is that it's this medium tone bronzy gold color, but when you blend it out, it has an orange undertone when you blend it out, which is really going to make those blue eyes pop. And going back with the Real Techniques 203 brush, I'm going to be blending Woodwink so it's not super harsh. Again, I want it to be a soft eye color. Using that same Real Techniques brush, I'm going to be going back into the Makeup Geek Creme Brûlée, and I'm going to be placing that underneath my entire lash line. And going back in with Sedona and the MAC 239, I'm going to be smudging that color right underneath the lower lash line, about halfway in. For eyeliner, I'm going to be using MAC's Eye Kohl in Teddy for my top lash line, and then for my waterline, I'm going to be using Colourpop's cream gel liner in Overboard. And these both are very bronzy colors. The Teddy one's a little bit darker and the Colourpop one is a little bit lighter with more gold flecks in it. Alright, so I did my eyelashes and mascara off camera, and I will make sure I will leave the mascara and eyelashes that I used in the description bar below. And then now we're going to move on to the face. So we're going to do all the colors on the face. And first, I always love doing bronzer when I'm doing any kind of makeup, no matter what. I personally think it just frames your face so beautifully. So the bronzer I'm going to be using is my little sample size of the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. And the brush I'm going to be using, which I love to do this with, is the Morphe M509 brush. It is the perfect brush for really just dusting on some bronzer. Like, I freaking love this brush. And using that bronzer to contour my cheeks, I'm gonna switch my brush to the Sigma Small Contour so I can really define my cheekbones. For blush, I'm gonna be using two blushes, and the first one is this one right here, and this is Nars Madley brush, and I'm gonna be using the same Morphe M509 brush that I used the bronzer with to apply that. Starting from the back of my face, I'm going to blend that inward, leaving the apples of my cheeks blank. With the same brush, I'm now going to be using MAC's Margin blush, and I'm going to be placing that on the apples of my cheeks. For highlight, I'm going to be using the Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder in Illuminati, and this is just a beautiful gold color. With the Morphe M501 brush, I'm very lightly going to apply that color to my cheekbones, the bridge of my nose, and my cupid's bow. I don't want the highlight to be overbearing, so I only want to apply a little bit. So now it's time for the lips, and you could definitely do a very warm color if you wanted to. I think that would be absolutely beautiful, but I also really like making my blue eyes stand out with a lip color that's pretty complementary but doesn't make the lips be the star of the show instead of the eyes, if that makes sense. So like, a color that I love using is a baby pink color. I think baby pink and blue are so beautiful together, yet that baby pink isn't really going to overpower the blue eyes because you have the warm tones on the cheeks and the eyes that are really going to help make it stand out. And I think the lips are just going to complement it. So for lipstick, I decided to go with, I don't know if you guys can see, oh sorry, my ring light's in the way, but it's this color right here. This is Bite's Restina lipstick, if that's how you pronounce it, not sure. But that's the lipstick I'm going to be using. And then for lip gloss, I'm going to be using the Victoria's Secret Beauty Rush Lip Shine Gloss. And they make this really hard. In Peekaboo.